Little Miss Recap contains adult language and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi everyone, welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where we lie to our girlfriends a lot. We embrace toxic masculinity. We crack up cars and blame them on other people. I mean, there's a lot happening. This has gone from 0 to 100 real quick.
Real fast. And I've determined that the best part of this show is the dogs.
The pugs.
All of the dogs. There's
All
amazing dogs.
Steven has an amazing dog, but also the father with those goddamn pugs.
Oh, see, I'm not a fan of the pug. I know you are.
Pugs.
I mean, I love all dogs. Let's be real. But I'm not like it's just those big oafy, like floppy dogs that do it for me. I just think they're so cute.
Have you watched the footage of Thick and Nugget yet?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Are you on the Thick and Nugget bandwagon?
Of course.
Okay.
Was there any question that I would be? I mean, come on.
I figured you would be. He is absolutely everything to me.
He's amazing.
He needs his own Instagram.
I love him.
He needs his own Instagram.
Cute.
He is a star. He's being held back.
Yes. He is not being allowed to live up to his full potential.
Oh
his
my God,
full
he's like
thickened potential. I know. That's funny.
He's so cute. So cute. So I'm enjoying McBee Dynasty. I'm so glad that the Backdoor Friends turned us on to it.
I hope they're enjoying it because I have to tell you guys, I texted Amy last night when I was watching this. It's just like, not only do I love this so freaking much, I'm ashamed, but I hate myself for how much I love this.
Dude, I had a real shame spiral last week because I'm covering The Jinx with Tess. Are you watching it? Season
I'm
2?
not yet.
Okay.
I have so much going on in like my personal life. Just like I'm all over the place right now.
Totally
I'm barely keeping it together.
It will be there for you when you watch.
And I will, yeah.
But Robert Durst he's got to be like 80 in this courtroom, and I'm kind of like, wow, I think he could still score me. Like I am literally looking at him like, would I still bang him? Because here's the thing about him.
Here's the thing.
First of all, I think he's faking his aging. Like he's putting on the neck brace. He's in the wheelchair. He doesn't need those accoutrements. That is there to fool the jury. I think he is still like that little hot, charming guy, that little silver fox underneath all this.
Silver fox.
Number 2, did he murder people? Yes. So I wouldn't like marry him or anything, but I'm just saying, if I was in a bar and this guy approached me, would I still talk to him? Probably.
I'm going to go with yes.
Yes, probably. And so like I had to sit with that and really think about the kind of person I am.
I know. Who am I?
Oh God.
That's
I hate
like
myself.
I hear you. That's like we started watching, and I know you and I just had this conversation about Outer Range, and you're like, Patrick would love this show. Was that the one?
No. I never saw Outer Range, but it's with Jeff Bridges, right?
Yes. And Hot Don.
Oh no, that's Man in Full.
No, it's out. There's a show, Outer Range.
Hot Don is in that too?
Hot Don is in it.
Okay, because he's in Man in Full as well.
Okay,
then Jeff Daniels.
Okay, then I'm thinking, see, all right.
Okay.
So the second season of the show just came out like within the last week. Mm-hmm. We didn't even think there was going to be a second season. The first one was like, I don't know when it was. It feels like a million years ago, but it's been long enough that I didn't we just thought it was not renewed or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the second season came out and we're like, holy shit, we have to watch the first one again because it was so long ago.
Yeah.
So we put it on and I'm like, I think that's Hot Don. Patrick was like, who? And I'm like, HHD. He had no idea what I was talking about. But it is. And it's
guys, if you don't know what we're talking about Tom Pelphrey.
Tom Pelphrey. Oh my God. I forgot how much I loved this show the first time we watched it.
I'll have
We're
to
only
watch it.
halfway through the first season. You would love it.
Yeah, I know
'Cause
we
it
would.
is a
My
little
dad has recommended.
sci-fi-ish,
Mhm.
weirdish. We really don't even know what's going on. There's like it's on a ranch and it's it's a hot dad and his like hot sons. One's hot, one's trouble. Like, the
Boy, oh
scenario.
boy. Boy, oh
It's like,
boy. Yeah.
it's
Just
right
keep
up your
applying
yeah.
that formula to every genre. We did Yellowstone drama. We're doing McBee reality. We're doing Outer Range sci-fi.
I know. It's so bad. It's so bad. But it's not bad. It's really good.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with it. You
What
guys
show
would
was I
really like
telling you
it.
that Patrick would love?
I thought it
Was
for
it
whatever
Foundation?
I can't remember.
I
And
mean, he'll love the Foundation, but
for the life of me, I couldn't remember. And then when we started watching, I'm like, oh my God, I bet it was this. Cause then I remember Tom Pelphrey was in it. But I
no,
must
no,
be
no, no.
wrong.
We just finished Fallout. We did the
Let's see that.
Foundation. Yeah, and we're,
Hmm.
of course doing Star Trek Discovery's back on.
Sure.
Um yeah,
Wh-
he would like the Foundation. It's like very math and science
Okay.
sci-fi.
Well, if anybody's watching Outer Range,
Mm,
let us know what you think about it because I'm all in again.
okay. We just
Times.
finished Clarkson's Farm season 3.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
Clarkson's Farm, you would love it. It's amazing how like so Jeremy Clarkson is this big boorish guy, right?
Hmm.
But he just falls in love with these animals and he's like crying all the time over them. Like it's so good. It's so good.
There's a guy crying over animals, and I'm just
Yes.
learning about this
Yes.
now.
And he like is trying to learn how to farm and it's just
No.
ridiculous how bad he is at it. Yeah,
What
it's
is
really
this
good.
called? I'm writing it down.
Clarkson's Farm. Jeremy Clarkson is the guy. He's from Top
Damn
Gear.
it. This is just what I need.
It's on Prime. It's really good.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Just
If
what
you
I
like
need.
animals, you'll like it.
Last night, I'm like, I have to watch TV. We're recording in the morning. And Pat's like, what are you watching? And I'm like, McBee Dynasty. He's like, okay, I'm going to bed.
I told you Timmy watched one episode. Was like
He
no.
watched, yeah, he watched one.
Yeah.
He watched last week with me,
Yeah,
and he was
no.
not.
Mm-mm. Timmy instead made me watch YouTubers last night. So let me tell you about my
Oh.
day yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I worked in his garage all day, moving tires in the beating sun. I thought I was gonna die.
Oh, I saw that. Oh,
Then
yeah, because I messaged you on
mm-hmm,
Facebook
mm-hmm.
and I said, don't you have to pick up Savannah?
Yeah, I should have had to pick up Savannah. And then we come home and I make dinner, and then I finally get to sit down and play Cooking Fever, which I was waiting for all night.
All day.
And he's like, I want you to check out this YouTuber, this guy building his own house.
Oh, great. Because we didn't see enough of that shit when it was UT.
So I had to watch that.
Good God.
No, it was actually fun and funny, but it was like, I just want to play Cooking Fever. Leave me alone. But like, you're embarrassed to admit that you just want to play
Cooking Fever? They hate us.
All right. Anyway,
Let's talk about why we're really here.
McBee Dynasty Season 1, Episode 3, Busted.
Busted.
This shit is going to hit the fan here. Oh. For it. Okay.
No.
We open up on a snake terrorizing Allie in her driveway. Like, what is your stance on snakes? Because ironically, I'm not afraid of snakes.
I'm not afraid of snakes either.
Yeah, they don't bother me.
Me either.
Now, bees and birds, forget it.
No, I love a bird. We're huge bird nerds here.
No.
Bees, friggin' forget it. Well, you guys, I told you about the bee saga in my house.
Mm-hmm,
the end of last summer, I woke up to them late, like literally, they were on my pillow.
No.
Coming in from the windows.
Put the house on the market. No.
And my husband was in the hospital. Pat had that major operation.
I remember.
And I was here by myself and I thought I was going to die. Thank God for my sister and my brother-in-law, because I truly don't know I would have burned the fucking house down. It was that bad.
Well, yesterday when I was moving shit, we were going into this little pen on the back of the garage, digging into piles. So it's been exposed. So there's like a bird's nest there. And Timmy's like, oh, don't worry about her. And she's like, and like terrorizing me.
Oh, well, you do know that it's the males that sit on the eggs. Well, so in the nest, it was probably the dad.
But I didn't harm the bird or want any thing to come
to do with it. Yeah.
But it was just like scaring me. So I was jumping every time I saw the goddamn bird. But then there were like these huge bumblebees just hovering, staring at me like a Zeppelin, like the Hindenburg, just. I wish you guys could see my bee imitation. So anyway, all right, let's get back to this. So she calls Jesse and she's like, "Oh my God, there's a snake." But then she goes, "How bad was Cole last night?" And he's like, "It was bad. But we're going back to Billy Bob's tonight to see Dustin play." I'm like, "Billy Bob's? Billy Bob?
I know, Billy Bob Thornton.
Where is he? Where is he?"
Amy, you guys, backdoor friends, all of anyone that might ever listen to this, Cole does something to me. Not in a good way.
He triggers me.
He triggers me.
Yes, me too.
I hate his very existence.
Yeah,
and that's a terrible thing to say about a human being. That
there's something. He is so duplicitous. Like he is. I just. Ugh.
He's the worst human ever.
He's not. I think he just needs to grow up.
Oh, I don't know.
He acts like he's 15.
Do you think that's what it is, though?
We'll get to it.
Is it just immaturity? We have to get to it quickly because I hate him.
Tessa and the gang are hanging out on the Red Barn dock, and she calls. I don't know why she calls Cole color bean. I don't know if it's some kind of weird racist term. I have no idea what it means, but she calls him up and says that to him, and I don't know.
I don't know what that means,
and I don't even know if I have it right. Collar bean, maybe. I don't know. But she's like, "How you doing, bro?" And he's like, I went too far. Like I went way too far." And she cackles because she encourages this behavior. So now at the Dylan Lynch concert at Billy Bob's, they're all back. The boys are back. And they're talking farming. And Cole is like, "I closed this place down last night." And Dad is like, "Let's take a shot." And Steven Jr., who I still love.
Me too.
Says these two are a problem together. These two are a real fucking problem.
I know. The fact that he's the hottest thing that ever happened. How is this happening?
I don't know. This is so not me. I don't know what is happening.
I know it's not.
So the boys, isn't it strange that the older I get, the more I find emotional availability hot?
Yeah.
Rather than like anything else.
Uh-huh.
So the boys have stage access and they're watching, and Calah. I will always forever say it wrong. I'm sorry.
And I understand. It's like broke down Prince. I can't, or broke. Oh, I did it. I said it right. I said it right.
Broke down Prince.
Oh my God, I said it right.
So while Calah tries to seduce Steven Jr., okay, we get a timestamp. It's 11:15. Now I would be well into my 9th dream slumber here. So Jesse tells us there's no stopping Cole. He's 0 to 100. The same girl from last night shows up. Did you notice who she was macking on at first?
The dad, right?
The dad.
I know. So freaking gross.
Mm-hmm. And she was... Jesse tells us, this girl was trying to tempt Cole. Stop it.
I know. Stop it.
Stop it.
I know.
So she's macking on Dad, but Cole very quickly steps in and claims her. I'm going to say something about Steven Sr. right here. He's the type of dad that competes with his children.
1,000,000% yes.
That's a problem.
Yes.
That is a very, very toxic dynamic.
It's crazy. And I also hate that he shares like his disgusting sexcapades with his kids.
No boundaries.
No boundaries.
Because he sees them as peers. He sees them as challenges.
I know.
It's fucked
up. It's terrible.
It's terrible. This dad needs to be stopped. Like it's
big
bad.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
No, he needs to be he should not be a father. Let's just put it. That's a terrible thing to say.
No,
but
he's
you
not.
Know what I mean? He's not a good dad.
No, and we get another hint at something else later.
I know.
Go into it. Jesse tells the camera, "I wish this girl wasn't here. I don't know if he has the strength to turn her down again." It's not the girl's fault, Jesse.
No, it's not.
Don't give us a what was she wearing type situation.
I know.
Steven Jr. says, "At a fork in the road, Cole always chooses wrong. He's an idiot." Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
You can say that again.
Now, I want to say, Cole does an Amy Archer move. Did you notice this? When I was single, I would pull this move. So
Yep.
it's 1:30. Everyone's leaving. Cole stays behind and he's making out with the girl. Everyone's going to leave. And Dad says, sometimes you have to be humiliated enough to learn. And Cole's not there yet. Yeah, because you won't let him be there because you prefer him to be an infant.
I know.
So she has to pee. And when she does,
he
heads for the door. That's an Amy Archer move.
I know it. It is.
It totally is because I will flirt, but then I don't want to do anything else. So I just take off.
I kind of think that, I mean, I know that I've pulled this move a couple times too. I mean, who amongst us hasn't?
Who amongst us?
But, you know, I mean.
Or a bad date. You don't have you don't have the guts to say this isn't working. So the bad date goes to the bathroom and you just take off.
Do you think? So here's the thing though. So this idiot's like making out with this girl on the dance floor though.
Yeah.
Like, does he think that, what is her name? Kacie isn't going to find out?
Well, he says Kacie and I are not official, but she would not be happy. Dude, she lives in your fucking house.
Yeah.
You're official. Kacie needs to fucking run.
But she's
Hashtag
not.
save Kacie.
But she's not. So
I know,
my
but she
point
needs to. This
like,
is never going to get better.
No.
This is never going to be what you look at the dad. That's what you're getting. Look at the dad.
Yes. Kacie, if you're listening, sweetheart, we know from experience.
Yes. Look at the dad. That's what you're getting. That's
I was
cool.
married to this asshole. Trust me. You don't want to be.
Nope. So the next morning, Stephen Jr. admits he ordered 4 pizzas last night and ate them all himself.
I know. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so seen. Yes. I know. I'm like, I could totally eat 4 pizzas by myself. This is totally my jam.
Oh, so now they're heading over to this other ranch to check out these longhorns. And they're beautiful. And see, I'm more into Stephen Jr. talking about the longhorns than I am about this other shit.
I am too.
So they're getting a cow-calf pair. And he runs through the figures and he says, this is a great opportunity.
Okay.
Now they're heading home because it's Mother's Day. Do we get to see the mother? No,
we don't.
More longhorn talk. Blah, 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 blah. Cole suddenly remembers he made out with that girl last night. And he's fucked because dingbat, there's a camera crew following you. Oh, what an idiot.
So
this is real bad.
My other thing too is, who the fuck does this guy think he is?
Cole?
Yes.
He thinks he's a rich, entitled white boy.
He actually thinks he's a king though, because he said it last week.
Yeah. He is somebody who, I mean, I don't know. I know that Steve Sr. has told us several times that he has come from nothing, but these boys did not come from nothing. I don't think.
Exactly. I don't think so either.
Even if they did, even if they bought this ranch and worked for it in their childhood, Cole was probably young.
Well, no, I think the ranch came from junior or seniors.
No, Senior bought the ranch.
Okay.
Because Tessa told us, remember, Boss Man started buying up all the property.
Yeah, but I think he had a piece first, though.
Maybe.
Like, I think it was like a Yellowstone situation where then they started. Okay.
Let me just be clear here. They didn't, I don't think they grew up rich.
No,
However, there is also a certain kind of privilege in this world when you are a good-looking white boy, right? And he has always moved through the world with that. Correct. And that's what we're seeing here. That privilege at play. Like, he can go into a bar and because he has a certain last name, because people know him, because you know what I mean? And certainly having a camera crew doesn't hurt.
Certainly.
And he's so fucking privileged. And I don't know if it's financial. I don't know. We don't know the circumstances. We don't know. There.
We're speculating, obviously. But
like, let's talk about your ex for a second. He didn't come from a lot of money.
No.
But there was a certain privilege of he could walk into a bar and women would come over to him. Period.
Yeah. Because he's gorgeous.
Right.
He just was. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. He's not a nice person.
I mean, it worked out well for your children.
Correct. That is true. But yeah, I mean, I don't know about so much now, but that was truly, I can remember being like 18, 19, 20, 21, being like that, their age and going out with him and that truly being a thing.
Yeah.
Like women would throw themselves at him right in front of me.
Good looking, popular people.
Yeah.
And think about it. Cole is the third. So he had Steven Jr. go through school. He had Kacie. They were probably good looking and popular. Not Kacie. Oh my God, Jesse. I call him Kacie like Kacie.
Did you see my face? I'm like, Jesse, Kacie, huh?
So they were probably popular. So Cole is like the recipient of all of that.
I know.
I just remember I said to you a few episodes ago, like these boys probably wreaked havoc on this town.
I have no doubt. Yep. I have no doubt.
He just moves through the world with such fucking privilege. And it's like, I want to slap that smirk off his face. I really do.
It's really gross because you know what it is too, though, that I think is so disgusting about it is just how unaware he is.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's part of it.
I know.
He doesn't even have to think about it.
But like you could see the difference, even like with Jesse and Junior. Like you can see, like they're friggin' hot. They know they are. But there's a certain amount
of a humility.
Thank you. That's yes. Yeah. He just doesn't have. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's something he'll ever acquire.
I don't think so either. And I think a lot of it has to do with birth order. Like I think so you grew up in a family where
we've talked about this on the
where
pod
you have
before.
A lot of older siblings. You did not have the same experience of your parents as like Amye did.
No, of course not.
Or Kim. Right.
Those are my older sisters. Yes.
Right. So like people just have, and that's not their fault. They just, people experience different things.
Sure.
So Steven Jr. probably saw a lot more than Cole did.
Of course.
And and depending on Cole's age, like, and
he could have been shielded from some of it too.
Or he could have idolized the father a lot more.
Exactly.
Like it's, and again, guys, we don't know.
Right.
We're just kind of, I don't know, talking around this, but I'm imagining if Cole was like a young boy, he probably so looked up to his father.
Yes, and I think he still does though.
Whereas Steven Jr. may have like seen his father for who he is
and wants to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have it all figured out, even based on no facts.
Yes. We can just stop now. We don't even have to finish
based
this
on
episode.
Zero facts. We have it all.
They don't even need to make a second season of this because we figured them out.
We figured
so it
doesn't
matter.
So they get home, they get the Longhorn settled, and Dad is like, "When I'm gone, these genetics will help you make good money." And Steven Jr. says, "This farm will always be a part of me." And Cole agrees and says he wants his kids to grow up here like he did. Yeah. Dad says, "There's an old saying. First generation owns it, second generation maintains it, and the third generation loses it. The problem is people give their kids too much. You need to bust their asses and make sure they work for it like I busted your ass." Now, I never heard that saying around generational wealth or, anything like it.
I didn't either. Maybe,
but then again, my family has no money.
It doesn't have it. I know. I was truly just saying, like, maybe that's because we don't have any.
We have nothing. Okay. So now Dad and Galyna are having coffee. We see Steven Jr. and Calah return home. And Allie and Jesse are cooking. And she's annoyed that Calah got to go on the trip. And Jesse's like, "I didn't think she would be there." And Allie's like, "Yes, you did. Yeah, you knew she was good. She lives there. You knew she was going to be there." And Allie pretty much tells the camera, "I have to go to babysit Jesse." She doesn't trust him.
I know.
None of these women trust any of these men.
I know. So, like, what are we doing? Come on, ladies.
She says she wants to be married and start a family, and she's patiently waiting.
What do we think about her?
All of these women need to get out of these relationships. But that's just, I'm coming at it through a feminist lens, and
of course,
it's triggering everything inside of me.
But like specifically speaking,
but at the same time, I'd be in a relationship with all of them. So
I know I would never be in a relationship with Cole.
Not with Cole, but I would 100% be sitting around waiting for Steven Jr. to propose to me.
Same, and Jesse, either one.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. It was probably no one cares.
Well, we were talking about Allie. And what we think of their relationship.
What do you think of her? Like specifically her though, because I feel
I kind of like her.
I like her too. That's what I was going to say. She seems to me to be the only one that is a little bit in touch with well, she seems to be the closest one, like, to reality, I guess.
I feel like her and Jesse, so far from what we've seen, might have a decent relationship.
Yeah, they seem pretty solid-ish.
But I think to have a prayer, they need to move off this ranch.
And they're not
and
going
away
to.
from this guy.
Yeah.
So at Kacie and Cole's, he's having some what I call shame sobriety, where you're in such shame, you're like, I'm never drinking again, and it lasts like 5 hours. Now she starts telling about a story about her friend. This is all staged. This is all 100% staged. She's like, oh, I was out and I ran into somebody that knows your dad and they saw him out with the girl named Brooke. There's no way that these boys have not confided in these women about Brooke.
Of course not.
Yeah, so this is all staged. Fine, whatever. And the only reason I say that is Cole is such a bad liar and a bad actor. He does not know how to pretend that this is the first time he's hearing this.
Exactly.
At Junior's, Calah is all dressed up. And she's like, and he's like, we're not going to the city, you know that. We're just going to be in Gallatin. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, do you want me to go dress like somebody in Gallatin? I was like, hey, girl, take it down a notch. Take your judgment down a notch.
You lay off the Old Navy dress, bitch.
Yeah, lay off. And Steven Jr. says, well, Dad and the boys are going out, but I'm going to go. These people seem to go out every night.
I'm pretty sure they do.
If you want to protect your generational wealth, stay home.
Spending
Cook
all the
dinner
money
in the house.
I know.
Make your Moscow Mule at home.
I was going to say, can't they just hire a cook like they have on the ranch?
Oh,
the ranch.
Yes.
What's his name?
Skeeter. No.
Teeter.
No. Gator.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I know, we're terrible.
How did
Skeeter's the one. I know.
Look on Yellowstone.
Isn't Skeeter the one?
Oh my God.
We might have to cut that because, like, if anyone
Teeter.
just. Yes, Teeter.
Yes.
That's right.
And she mumbles. Yes, that's her thing.
But it's kind of what I love about her.
Well, that's only her character. She's been on my soap opera and she talks fine. So we're not making fun of her.
She's a lovely person.
Yes,
I don't mean that.
No, I mean saying, we don't have to cut that because you're not making fun of the actor. The character
I was making fun of how horrible, like that. The fact that I just subjected to anyone having to hear me do that is what I meant.
I gotta get some fried plantains. Wait, what does he say? French fried taters. Fried plantains. I love fried plantains. Okay.
French fried potatoes.
So now we get this scene where they're talking. Steven Jr. is talking to Calah about why Dad hates her, and he admits he runs his mouth, and we see footage of him doing it. And Calah says, "You can't do that. You can't talk to him about our fights. He is the problem. He is the toxic nucleus around which all of the what goes around a nucleus?
The
ions,
photons, neutrons. What are those? I don't know.
People are screaming.
Electrons.
Okay. I do know that a nucleus is in the middle. Let's leave
I know.
It there. Let's take the W.
I believe inside of the nucleus are the neutrons and the electrons that make up an ion.
That doesn't sound
Moving right along, everyone.
Hold on. So we're talking about atoms, right?
I don't know.
Yes, we are. Okay. I have a diagram.
It's the neutrons and the electrons. I think I know
the
this.
electrons float around outside. Okay. The neutrons and the protons are inside.
Okay.
Yes.
I knew there was something inside.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is
the structure
of a nucleus.
Do I at least get like a B on that one?
Yes, you get more than I get.
All right, I get like a B. You get like a C plus.
I was going to go to alpha, gamma, beta.
But I know what I'm talking
about. Oh, people are screaming.
They hate us. I mean, they hate me. It's okay.
So now Dad and Jesse are driving around looking at their houses, which are being built in the city. Yeah. Okay. What? McBee Custom Homes. So they're building these homes in the city, and Jesse tells us that Allie is a nurse in the city, so this is halfway. And Dad is only 4 houses away, and Allie is not happy about this.
How in the city?
I don't know why Dad feels like he needs a fucking house in the city.
I know, it's insanity.
These houses are way too big.
There's no such thing as too big.
Yes, there is.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yes, there is.
We can agree to disagree on this one.
Yes. Nobody needs, unless you're a family of 8, you don't need a 5,000 square foot house.
Yes, you do, because I'm going to tell you why.
No.
When I retire in 100 years and I become a Braverman, I need at least a 5,000 square foot home so that all of my children, the both of my children, when they have families of their own, should they choose to, come and spend holidays with me because they're going to want to,
Okay,
right?
I'm going to poke a huge hole through your
Shut
theory.
up.
You ready?
Don't do it.
Ready?
Why?
The Bravermans did not live in a big house.
Amy.
The Bravermans lived in a little craftsman bungalow, which was probably at most 2,000 square feet.
Okay, but can we talk? Okay. Can we just stop?
I think
Stop ruining my dream.
I think I just won the argument.
I think you did too, but I'm going to take it one. Okay. So if it's not I'm going to be a Braverman in, what's that house? The Family Stone. Oh, the Family
That movie?
Stone. Yes.
Okay. My house
You
is...
know the movie with Sarah Jessica
do.
Parker.
I do.
It's so good. And that
My house is
and the mom
2,000 square
dies.
feet, and it's plenty big. Plenty.
No.
In fact, Timmy and I are already saying we want to build a little A-frame that's like 1,000 square feet when the kids go to college. Yeah.
I can't with you two.
This is a big house.
No, I'm not saying your house isn't big. I'm just saying for what I'm envisioning my retired future to be with my children that miss me so much that they can't wait to come home and see me on holidays. And then they bring their children and everyone has a room and they bring their dogs. Oh,
see, I want my kids to host me. I don't want to have to host
them. I love to host.
I'll go over to their houses and cook.
You know, as much as like I complain about it, I love hosting. I truly do.
Mean, I'm okay with it, but
you don't like it.
I would rather not have to clean up.
Yeah, you don't like it. Let's be real.
Well, don't forget, I host everything.
So do I.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I love it. I love it so much.
I just feel like it's so irresponsible to build these huge 4,000, 5,000 square foot homes if you don't have to. If you have a big family, fine, you need that room. But if there's two of you, you don't need to be building that big of a carbon footprint because you got the electricity, you got the building materials.
But how do you know there's not going to be more than two of them? They're in their 20s.
Maybe they want 6 kids.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just prefer a eclectic little tiny space. I don't know.
And I prefer a large eclectic space. It just is what it is.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. So anyway, these houses are huge and they talk about marriage. And Jesse tells the camera, I grew up around a really bad marriage and there was a lot of screaming and throwing things. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, Amy.
And then he says, I don't want to put my kids through that. These kids have been through some shit.
They really have.
And they're this father has them so convinced that they're living some kind of legacy.
I know.
That they can't even see that they need to get away from him.
It's true.
It's real bad.
It's bad.
They would be different men if they got away from him.
Of course they would.
Okay, so Dad actually says to Jesse at one point, you got a really good one. You should marry her.
I couldn't wait to talk to you about this because what do you think it is about her that he likes?
I think Allie, I'm not saying she is like this. I'm saying the dad thinks she's like this. Allie comes across as a woman who knows her place.
I was thinking that too, like along those lines, that she knows just when to shut up.
Yep. That's Steven Sr. likes women who kind of know their place. And he will make you think that he likes women who are independent and strong, but he only likes to fuck them. He won't marry them.
Correct. Well, no, he's not going to marry somebody that's going to be smarter than him.
He'll never marry Galyna, and he'll never date Galyna officially because she's strong and independent.
Exactly. Yep. It's wild.
Yep.
God, I hate this guy.
I do too. He's a real fucking problem. So Dad says, having my children was the best thing to ever happen to me, and I'm ready to be a grandpa. Okay.
Okay, sir. Like, let's worry about the fact that you fucked these poor boys up so royally.
Is there a path forward for Steven Sr. to redeem himself in this series? Yes. What we would need are several conversations with him and these boys where he's apologizing for how he treated their mother, where he's saying, I want you to be better than me. I want you to, stop doing this toxic behavior. You can't repeat the mistakes I made. That's what we need to see from him.
But he's never going to come to that realization.
I don't think so either, because he's like, the machismo macho thing for him is how many women he could fuck. And that's what he needs to see his sons doing too.
And also, I just don't think he's smart enough.
It's gross.
If that's a terrible thing to say, I don't think he's that smart. I really don't.
He probably has a ton of childhood trauma that he didn't deal with.
Of course.
Who knows?
Amy, there's not a parent on the planet that doesn't have childhood trauma. There's not.
How old is he?
I'm going to say he's like 56 or 7.
It said 31. That's the kid.
No, that's the kid. I'm going to say he's like in his mid-50s.
Do I have that in my notes? I'm looking because I need to know this.
I'll look it up.
Okay, here. In 2022, he was 50.
That's it?
So he's 51. Wow. Okay.
He's only 51. I feel bad I made him much older than he is. I don't like that I did that.
So now there's a meeting about the presentation. And by Sunday night, Steven Jr. needs to have the bios done. And I feel like that's going to come back. Because why did they point that out? Is Steven Jr. not going to get the bios done by Sunday night? I don't know. Something's up there. The financials need to be finished. And Dad's impressed with Galyna. She's done amazing work here. For a woman.
I know. I was waiting for you to finish it so that I could punch myself in the face.
He can't believe how smart this woman is.
Why, Aim?
So Dad throws around some business terms. Whatever. And he says they need their 100 locations to really shake up this market. He says, one of you guys is going to have to step up. Here we go again with dangling the carrot of the farm. I want to enjoy the farm. I want to just fish and relax.
Yeah.
On what planet is this guy going to take back, not take control of the situation, step back and just fish?
Never. Wait, what did he say though? Oh, he wants to be able to take his fishing pole and just be able to stop in and see how things are.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sir.
Mm-hmm. Steven Jr. says, just leave it up to me. And Dad's like, yeah, okay, we'll see. So now they go to this 23rd Street opening. We finally see Braden. I forgot he even existed.
Yeah, I don't remember. I still don't know which one he is if I saw him.
He's like floppy haired.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm just being ridiculous. But I think, why is he not? Does he not want to be filmed, I wonder?
I don't know. Maybe
because it is kind of strange that we're 3 episodes deep and we know nothing about that kid.
Here's the thing, guys. We are in a position now where because this show has finished, I can't Google anything because a spoiler will come up and I don't want to see it. And we're not watching ahead because we want to experience it in the moment.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
Which is the first time that you're doing this, and I'm really proud of you for hanging in there with me.
Well, I have to. I'm watching like 10 shows a week. I don't have time to binge this whole thing. So Dad's driving a Porsche.
I saw
and Steven Jr.'s getting dropped off by helicopter. Okay. I thought you were going broke. But okay.
It was kind of hard.
Do they need do they need the Amy Archer financial treatment? Do they need me in there?
Do they need? No.
I wouldn't them with my spreadsheets.
Can I tell you something? I helped you build that spreadsheet, and even I'm scared of your financial grasp on shit. I would never want to live under
a financial coach.
No, I would hate you because I would be so bored and broke all the time.
Yeah, you have
because
to
you're cheap.
You really have to tell yourself no. You really do.
And I'm not good at that.
I know. I'm trying to teach that to my kids and they're not good at it.
It's hard. Mine are pretty good at it, I will say.
Penelope was at work yesterday and she saw a t-shirt that said Scott Township, which is our township. And she's like, can you send me money for this? It's $12. And I said to her, you work 1 day a week. You make $50 a paycheck. And you want me to, I said, would you rather me send you, ask yourself this. Would you rather me send you $12 for gas when you really need it? Or would you rather me send it to you for this shirt and you won't have gas? You know why she probably wants it? She probably wants it because she hasn't done her laundry. So anyway, he says it's good brand exposure, this helicopter thing. And Cole's like, this is unnecessary. This is Independence, Missouri. Again, listen to my story on Love During Lockup. I was in Independence, Missouri. Not impressed. Sorry if you live there. So Steven has to compensate for things, Cole says, but I don't. Wink, wink.
Okay. Can I just ask you, did you ever picture that dad in a Porsche? I didn't.
Yes, 100%.
I didn't.
100%.
Really?
Yes. He's somebody who flaunts his image. It's very important that the people of Independence, Missouri think that he is fucking loaded.
I know
it's very
that.
Important.
Of course. I guess I just kind of picture him more in like some fancy, I was just going to say an Escalade, but that's what Galyna just, forget it.
Yeah. He drives around in that limited truck, which is not cheap.
Yeah. I guess that's my point. I guess what I'm saying is I just pictured him more in like a big fancy truck.
No, he has those too. So Dad cannot say enough nice things about Galyna. And then they head off to dinner and they have a date. And Dad is telling Steven Jr. that Brooke is pissed because he's taking Galyna to Noka. And Noka is Brooke's place.
Oh my God.
And Dad tells the camera, Galyna is asking to spend more quality time together and I owe her that much. And I wrote, why is he confiding in his sons about this? Get a friend.
I know, that's my point.
A fucking friend.
This is my point though. You don't, these are still your children. I don't care how old you are.
I know nothing about what's going on in either one of my parents' love lives. Don't want to know. Don't care.
Never want to know. Never want to know.
No. The fact that he is confiding in Steven Jr. that his mistress is getting mad about his other half girlfriend, inappropriate. Get a fucking friend. Go down to local. Do what we do around here. Go down to local VFW and bitch to somebody about it there. There you go.
Here's the thing, Amy. He probably has no friends because he's fucked all their wives.
Oh, good. Very good point.
Do you know what I'm saying, though?
Yep,
like, truly.
Yep.
He has no friends. The only friends he has are his children, and he had to make them.
Or the married friends that he has don't trust him. Don't trust their husbands around him.
He doesn't have any married friends. I'm convinced.
So Galyna says they are with each other all the time, but they never have nice dates. And Dad tells the camera, I love spending time with Galyna, but we're definitely not on the same page. Now, she gets all sexy at dinner and it's real cringy.
I know.
Because he
really
is
bad.
I have no doubt in my mind that he does not lead her on every other time. That this is a performance for the camera.
Do you really think that?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Okay.
He moved her into his house.
I know. I was wondering though.
Yeah.
Is she just delusional?
This is for the cameras.
Okay.
This is for the cameras. So he's like, oh, he's talking business and trying to show that he's not leading her on. Okay, dude, stop it.
Amy, she was eating a meal and he picked up the phone and made a call to his son on speakerphone while she was eating.
Yeah. This is all performative.
I know, but he's a dude. He's so awful.
He's awful.
He's awful.
So Dad isn't drinking because he has to drive and she's trying to get all sexy and he's like, let me call Cole.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean.
I know.
What is
then she says things to him like, would you like to come home and have the dessert of your life? And he's like, is there a tip included? Now, let me ask you this. The reason I say that this is for the camera is I don't think she just suddenly would start talking to him like this out of the blue. I think that they talk to each other this way. Maybe he's not as into it as she is, but I'm sure he responds to her when she talks to him like this.
Okay.
Because why would she just suddenly do it?
No, I think you're right. It felt comfort. Like there was a comfort in hearing. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, no. I know.
So the next day, Galyna's popping by the body shop because she's got a scratch on her Escalade and she needs to see if it's been buffed out. Well, it hasn't been buffed out. It's been taken off.
Literally.
Dude, this accident was it's totaled. The airbags are exploded.
Oh, it's totaled.
It's totaled.
I don't even understand. What was this one like? How? What did she do?
She's like, what the fuck is going on? Now, Dad is on his way to her house and he calls Tessa and he's like, there's some shit happening. he said, Brooke called me and said her car broke down. And, she's a single mother and, she doesn't have a lot of money. And I got all my cars and trucks loaned out. So I knew there was the Escalade in the shop. And he gave his mistress Galyna's car.
I cannot even wrap my brain.
There is such a disregard and disrespect
I know.
for these women, both women.
Both of them.
She wrecked it. She wrecked the car.
Oh, the fucking thing is totaled. I need to know what she did to it, first of all.
Me too. It looks like she may have hit a deer or something or hit a tree.
Another thing. Where is he getting off having like empathy for her? And not that he shouldn't, but what I'm saying is we see him not have any of that for anybody in his life.
But this is what I'm talking about. When you stack up Galyna and Brooke to each other, okay? Brooke's a single mother. Galyna's a single mother. But he would marry Brooke, I bet you, and not Galyna. Because Galyna, I think, it's still early. We're still learning. I suspect Galyna stands up to him. And Brooke
me too.
Doesn't. He has to save Brooke. He has to rescue Brooke.
Yes.
And he thinks he saved and rescued Galyna by giving her the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't.
Wow. Isn't that nuts?
This guy's fucked.
He's so toxic.
Oh. So now he's driving over to Galyna's because Galyna wants to know what fucking happened.
And I'm not going to lie. I don't know if this was like for the cameras or whatever, but I genuinely bought that she was fucking pissed.
Dude, she wouldn't even turn around and look at him.
I know.
And my theory is she knows exactly what happened in this car.
Of course.
Because my theory is she knows about Brooke.
I think she does too.
Yes.
But how do you think she's known like for a while?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah, I think so.
So why do you think why do you think she's pissed now, just because of the car?
I don't know.
Like, that's the part that I don't. So if she knew, why was she not throwing a fit about it before?
I wonder if it's like a mob wife mentality. Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I was going to say that too. Like
think about The Sopranos and Boardwalk Empire. Like,
right.
And The Godfather.
It reminds, it's a lot of like a Ray Donovan thing too. Like, that's right. Like,
I'm not going to ask questions. I don't want to know as long as it doesn't come home.
Yes.
And now it's come home.
Yes.
And I think it's just, could you imagine if Patrick, you just bought a new car a couple years ago. If Patrick loaned your car to his mistress and she smashed it, it would be a level of disrespect unlike anything I've ever known.
It's not. There are no words. There are no words. I don't know what, because I want to say like I would burn the house down. I would blow up the world.
I know.
I don't know what I would do because all I see is rage. Like, I'm filled with rage at just the thought of it.
I think she had a little bit of denial, a little bit of that mob wife mentality going on, and now she can't unsee this.
I think you're right.
Maybe. I don't know. She says, the people at the shop told me that a black-haired female came by and was picking stuff up. Please explain. And that's how it ends. Dun, dun, dun. Next time on. Oh, I'm sorry. We get a this season on.
Oh, yes.
Bison is the answer to Stephen Jr.'s prayers. How about meatballs too, Stephen Jr.? I could be the answer to your prayers.
Meatballs and noodles.
How about meatballs and noodles? So Kacie now is rallying the women. She's like, we got to fucking take care of these men. And Calah tells Allie to give Jesse an ultimatum. No, just leave.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like I keep saying that. Here's the thing. I don't think Jesse is horrible, like Senior.
Okay.
Or Cole. I really don't. I don't see. I mean, I don't think
Jesse's
like
horrible.
Perfect. But I don't think he's that.
I don't think Jesse's horrible.
I don't think he's like cheating.
Jesse comes across like very much like Casey Dutton.
Yeah.
Like he's always lived in his brother's shadow. And he was probably like a little shy and timid. Like that's how he comes off to me. I could be totally wrong. He could be a total douche canoe. We don't know yet.
I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't feel that.
But he has said he's made mistakes, so I'm sure he's cheated. But again, these people are dating people they went to high school with.
Right, they're children still.
They're children, yes. So Calah tells the girls that Steven sends her tens of thousands of dollars at a clip, and everybody else is like, whoa. Steven Jr. and Cole have a pretty good fight. I hope Steven Jr. beats the shit out of him.
I know.
Steven may or may not propose to Calah. Looks like he's setting up a proposal, but we're not sure.
Do you think that's got to be like they're tricking us? They have to be.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Galyna is freaking out about his whore and gives Steven Sr. an ultimatum. It's pretty bad.
What do you think happened?
Calah is 20-some years old, right? Steven Sr. doesn't like her and doesn't think she's wifey material because every time he sees her, she's blackout drunk and partying. So like are all the women sons.
I know, but so are all of the women that you surround yourself with.
That's what I'm saying. They're not wife material. And I bet you Steven Sr.'s telling Steven Jr. off camera, like, when no one can see him, fuck her. Go ahead and fuck her, but don't marry her. She's not wife material.
You're right.
That's what I think is happening.
Right. I think you're right.
And Steven Jr. is probably thinking, we're in our 20s. This is what we do. And it's fine. And I love her.
I know.
I don't know. Like if somebody judged when Timmy and I first met, we were drunk for 6 months.
I know it. Seriously. We were too.
Yeah, you can't judge a relationship on that. Like we were young and we were just drinking all the time. And then we became like two of the most responsible people on earth, as did you guys. Like you grow up and you grow out of that.
Exactly.
You can't judge some. Now, what I do judge is somebody who's 50
and still doing that, teaching their children to do it.
Yes.
He set a real good example. He did.
I think the Backdoor Friends knew what they were doing when they gave us this show because
they definitely did. I know. Angry and hot and bothered. At one point, I'm watching this and friggin' what's his face?
Steven Jr.
Junior. I know I'm terrible. Junior was sitting with somebody. Who was he talking to? He was sitting outside and he looked really hot. He had a white shirt on and a hat. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's just say Junior was on the screen and I'm laying in bed, snuggling my Shirley MacLaine, and I'm getting all hot and bothered. Yes, and all I could think of is like how awkward I felt to be all hot and bothered and snuggling my dog. Like, this is not right.
And then Steven Sr. comes on the screen, you fly into a rage.
Exactly. And I fling the dog against the wall.
It is a roller coaster of emotion.
It is.
You know what it is? It's a roller coaster of desires. All right, guys. If you haven't already, check out our coverage of Virgin River coming at you every Friday.
It's also so much fun.
MILF Manor's with you every Thursday. We got those MILFs. We got Seeking Sister Wife. It's our finales this week.
Can you believe it's the finale already?
We did a great crossover. I hope you guys enjoy it. We're talking with, I'm just going to announce it because by the time this airs, which will be next week, we've recorded.
Okay.
We're talking with Corey and Carly from Surviving Sister Wives. So we're very excited about that.
That's exciting.
That'll be really good. And I do want to say there is a rumor, I don't know if it's true, that Sarah and Mary, our friends over at Are You My Podcast, are interviewing Emily from MAFS. And I can't wait to hear it.
What?
I can't wait to hear it.
Oh my goodness.
We've got to hear it.
Stop.
Yes. I think it's going to be on their Patreon.
Okay.
All right, my friend. Thank you, guys. Jumping back to our friends. If you're not there already, if you want to support the show, follow us on Apple subscriptions, Patreon, and Supercast. And leave us a review.
5 stars.
Preach. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Love your bones.